Luna. Hi, Kawaii Cozy. Happy Tuesday evening, everybody. I think we're good. Let me bring this music down a tiny bit here. There we go. Okay. So, what do we have today? This is a kind of a first for me. So this is a Williams Brother engine kit. A former coworker of mine pinged me out of the blue and said, "Hey, I got all these kits for my dad. Do you want them?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll take them." And this one kind of piqued my interest early on. So I'm excited to see kind of how this is going to go here. Let me bring myself up a little bit. I really need to work. But, yeah, this is interesting. So this is a World War I engine. I want to say it was developed in like 1914. Developed shortly before 1914. And the thing that's wild about this, so we're all very used to, you know, maybe not, but in a rotary engine, right? You got pistons aligned around a crankshaft. And normally those pistons turn the crankshaft, just like they do in like a flat engine or a V engine or whatever the case may be. In this case, I think because it was so early on in aviation, it actually rotates the engine and the propeller is hard bound to the engine. So you can go look this up. If you go look up Rhone engine starting, the whole engine spins. It's a wild thing. So as it starts up, this engine and all the cylinders are just spinning around like mad. Which I think is why maybe these intakes are this way. But yeah, just wild concept. I mean, radial engines have always been kind of cool, right? You're like, I don't know, how do I fit this in there and make it look neat? And yeah, you look at some of the World War II radial engines, and they get really interesting, I feel like. But this is just fascinating to me. You sit there, it spins, the whole bloody engine spins. So I did get the first few steps done. Essentially got the pistons on the crankshaft, crankcase, front and rears. Got the front crank plate on. I'm gonna see. I think they make wood propellers for these kits. I honestly don't know how old this kit is. I want to say the 60s. But I mean, I don't know. I would have to look. But apparently you can put like an actual prop on them. Could throw this on here. Get that on there. It's like a front plate. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But it would be nice to have an actual wooden prop that would sit on here. We can run lines through here. So we got this. Really, the next thing we got to look at is kind of the rest of the crankshaft. So this back part here. And it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to try to sub-assemble as much of this as possible. It's not like this has to be aluminum. The other thing that sucks about this kit is I've had to do a lot of color research kind of on my own, which is, you know, wild, but I just want to make sure that wasn't on. But yeah, I think this is pretty interesting. So we got the air intake, the cover plate here, kind of this throttle body, this arm and link would be, you know, wired out to the throttle, couplings, this rear flange, I guess. And all of this takes in air behind and runs it up and then out through these intakes. So the air is completely central. It's pulling from within the engine, which is wild. Okay. All right. Sorry. Show us the baby. All right. I'll show you the baby. Baby's sleeping, but I will show you baby. Piece. Let's see if I can do this way. All right. There is baby Ollie. Come here, sleepies. There he is. Oh. Green screening out his head. No. There you are, Bubba. He's so sleepies. Are you CP puppies? Here. There he is. Here he is, CP boys. Yeah, he had a big dinner, had a big poop, and then passed out. As puppies do. But, yeah, little Bubba. Hey, hi, everybody, Ollie. Sorry about that. Here you go. Say hi. What? Here. Yeah. This has been my permanent co-pilot here for a little bit. I've been working about I don't know, setting up some sort of camera for him. I'm worried he's in the crate. Oh, not wanting to focus on me. Anyway, long story short, yeah, get him set up with the maybe the other camera, and then I feel bad he's just kind of in this pen next to me, at least while I'm streaming and through most of the workday. Hard to chase him around during meetings and stuff, but yeah, he's hanging out. I'm gonna put up Little Fisher again. Okay, Luna, love you. Have a great rest of the conference. Yeah. No, it's just aesthetic backgrounds. And there. Little Phil. What I should do, I should get a big head mode. I'll work on getting big head mode so we can have like a bigger Fisher cam. Now that I've kind of let the cat out of the bag regarding my face, but there I am. Hey, it's me. Oh, no problem, no man. I'm just hanging out. Honestly, it's probably going to be a little bit of a short stream just because I said Luna, Kawaii and Cozy, my wife, moderator, producer, is out at conference about 5 hours, 6 hours away. So it's me. Usually she helps me out on Tuesday nights. She like makes dinner and kind of takes care of the dogs while I stream. So I'm like kind of double dutying it tonight. Not in a bad way, but she's at conference. So yeah, no worries. Like I said, very informal. I am really happy about this. I was just going to do this. Even if I cancel stream, I was going to sit here and kind of work on this for a little bit. So I'm glad instead of gaming tonight, we're going to do a little of this. So I think what we're going to do is maybe spray the whole thing into me aluminum, like gloss aluminum. And you see it a lot, like, I don't know. I don't really want to spend a bunch of ink on doing these, so maybe I can do all of this black. I don't know, I could just do the whole thing black, prime it black, and then I can kind of come in with some targeted stuff. Thankfully, it's not too bad of a kit to really, you know, this isn't terrible to paint. The intakes are going to be copper. I do have to do some gap fill here. I'll do that. I should probably do that first. Well, while we're talking about it, I'll go ahead and get gap filling. Well, welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you're having a great evening. And sorry, I didn't kind of do the intro, but if you're just joining us, my name's Phil Fisher. This is the Follower Fisher channel. We do like simulation stuff and dad gaming stuff, but we also do miniatures and models. Oh, this is also, I think, done. I think I'm going to call it done. This is our Scutari Marshall kind of wrapped up this week. I got some decals on him. It came out okay. So we're going to get him off to the spray booth. Get that done. That's 2 characters down. We got a few more to go on Scutari front, but got another 50 to go. All things considered, not including the Electro Priests and the Cerberus Raiders and all that stuff. But always stuff to paint. Always stuff to paint. So we were going to gap fill this. I'm move this a little bit. Oh god, what is this? I've just kind of been doing some gap filling with these intake manifolds. So I got my trusty handy sprue glue. Give me an extra thin with a bunch of sprue in it. I highly recommend making this stuff. Though you can use acetone, you can use any you want. I just happen to like this because the ultra thin is the good stuff. You can probably do this with a medium too. I feel like this works pretty well. I'm gonna come into this manifold, try to gap fill some of the I have to come back for another pass, but that's okay. Then we also have a stupid amount of nuts to put down on this thing. We'll get on bolt, I guess, like bolt heads. This whole thing looks like little bits of pepper. These are bolt heads that have to go on the rocker arms and a bunch of other stuff. So that'll be interesting. Fill this. Very nice. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Get this kicked over a little bit. There we go. I think that's it. It's already looking a little better. We'll just sand down the tops of some of these. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. So now that we got that kind of going, we'll let that sit before we can do any sanding. I started from the back here. I'm gonna clean up this because I don't like it. I don't know, the sprues on this were a little weird. And this is because of the age of the kit. It's like fairly brittle plastic, and it's like a hard plastic. It's definitely like a styrene. They mentioned using styrene glue, but to me has been absolutely fine with that. So Aaron takes the rear of the throttle body. That rocker, or the arm, is going to sit off of this. Something like this. We'll have to... Ooh, storm is a brewing. Finally getting a little bit of rain. Exactly what we needed. Careful, Phil. Immediately gonna knife myself. What fun would it be if we don't have a hobby knife accident, right? Just kind of roughly trying to get... The flash has been really bad on this. Like, awful. Some of the worst I've ever seen. Keep checking reference images to see if it should be there or not. Because even these drawings, the schematics, and the instruction manual aren't super great. Like, these are supposed to be open, but they're not. You're drilling all this out. Had to do some drilling on the body for the push rods. Or not the push rods, the push rods. And that was interesting. See how well. A lot of part fit checking. A lot of part fit checking. Just gonna try to trim this down a little bit. I like doing that with a pin, but I just do it with some of the rocker arms. There's that. Do something like that. It's still really tight. I'm afraid of him breaking it off here. All right. Try to get this going one more time here. Grab this guy, trim this up real quick here. All right. Forgot I gotta kind of slide up a little closer here. There it is. Now let's see if these pins actually fit okay. Why would any of them fit well? None of them fit well so far. Ugh. I'm terrified to pin vise them. I've got the pin vise, but it's such old plastic. I don't even like doing this. Gotta. Any closer here? Oof. Don't snap the pins. Don't snap the pins. Nope, not really. There we go. Wait a minute. We might have... Yeah, okay, there it is. Good. I think we're good. So, let's go ahead, pin these through here. Just like this. So let's do a couple things. This is going to get interesting here. This is going to have to go in here. I guess this is literally like a... Let's say which side. So from the intake side, this is going to go like this. Just like that. Then we got to get this on here. Oh, that was stupid of me. There. Even, I guess it will fit. So, okay, let's do that. Just have to back this off a little bit so I can fit the bloody linkage underneath it. Okay. I'm gonna fit this in like this. Beautiful. Okay. What a nightmare. So just gonna walk this back a little bit. Next thing. Get our throttle on. Wedged in there. Let's see if we can move this up here. Something like that. Let's make it open. And then what we'll do, get this. So let's do this. I'm gonna have to cut this off. I was hoping I could use it to kind of keep rest fit some of this while I was working with it, but now it's got to come off. Okay. There it is. Done. Say no more. Okay, I got to do the same for the other side, apparently. This will be interesting. Kids, don't do this at home. Say, cut your fingertip off. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Egg this in here. Get this down. Which actually means we kind of come down with this a little bit. Just like that. Our throttle block. So as you would apply a throttle, pull down, sliding this block up, adding more air, and if I had to guess, yes, it'd be fuel intake probably. No, it's here. Okay, so it gets injected later on. Interesting. I wonder if there's some sort of internal linkage. Wild. Okay. This is going to go on here. Just like that. There we go. That's much more satisfying. That's a better look. Now I could. I don't know, by the time I paint it though. Be neat to see. It's not. Shit. I think I might have to trim it. It won't let me close up the top with it there. This is saying midpoint here, right? Pins are going in this way. They're attaching to the far one, or this, the other side. It goes in, it goes over the throttle block, and this would just sit over top of it. Funny that it's... I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. It's not going to move. Once I glue this down, it's not going to... Alright, we'll just do the thing. There we go. All right, there's our throttle assembly, our air intakes. Make sure I'm lined up on the bottom here. It just kind of sucks all around. Okay. See if I can get some of this capillary action in here, just like this. Perfect. Why is the bottom so special? Okay. Alright, I think that's good. We'll let this sit. The next thing we'll need is the locking nut, the coupling nut, and the rear mounting flange. This guy here. So many holes to drill out. You gotta be kidding me. Just want to eat dinner. Yeah, so much like ejector pin marking. I don't know how much. It's not highlighted in the bloody thing, so I think it's not real. And I see like this amount of flash on stuff. It's probably hard to say, but why nothing's focusing. I'm trying to focus on my ring. Like, yeah, that's how a lot of this stuff is. It's not. It doesn't look like a nut or something, and it's kind of by another... Let's do this. Okay, and we'll do the third one, and we'll sand the rest of the way. That going. That looks pretty good. Alright, so there's my flange. We need the two nuts, which are here. This is the coupling, and this is the nut here. Like, look at how much flash this is. Like, that's insane. That's nuts to me. Any modern tooling, that would go back and get immediately. Fans would be bitching about it on the forums day one. Not me, because I don't care that much. I'll just say it, but I'm not going to go to my way. Your molding sucks. I think that's it for this little bit of sprue. Even this has a ton of flash in it. Going around, sanding the edges of this. Just like that. Perfect. And we'll take the hobby knife and get the inside here. I mean, this should be technically sealed away, like no one's going to see this, but man. Alright, so I think this goes on the short end like this, because this is going to go around the rest of the shaft here. There's going to be these two pieces put together. Why these aren't pinned is kind of beyond me, but who am I to judge? Usually you see a part like this, it would be pinned. And they would go in like that. So that's probably not a bad idea to do it that way. Let me get this going. What are we doing? A little bit of time. All right, we wanted to drill out this and sand this. So let's get this done. I wonder if it'll be nice to me. Nah, not really. Okay, let me grab the drill. Oh, dropping bits. Not the fun kind, not the comedic kind. The drill kinds. But you're still there. There we go. Take this little bitty drill bit. Alright. Try to clean up some of these holes. Probably need something smaller. No, that's about right. That's about right. Okay. It wouldn't be the first time this kid asked me to drill something. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay. Now that other light has a flicker to it now, and it's driving me nuts. Apologize for that. Alright, that looks pretty good. Touch up the ring. Just like this. Beautiful. All right, so we got our coupler, our lock nut. Let's get this trimmed up. This has a bunch of garbage around it. So much flash. So much flash. I think, honestly, this is the crap that makes scale model building intimidating. Like, you know, we talk a lot about mold lines, but like, this kind of crap, and this cleanup is the worst. I'm not trying to woe is me here, but there's definitely something with like the newer tooling. Like especially with the Games Workshop stuff or anything that's like really nicely laser cut molds is just light years different from something like this, because this is just oof. Having used a bunch of both. Anything Rebels kind of like this. Mia can kind of be like this, but usually it's pretty good. Airfix can be a little, depending on what molds. Like their newer molds are fine. But I've never had this issue with like a Rubicon has been fine. This just looks like a very niche company. So does this get stuck directly against? This couple is exactly the same both ways. Oh, what a nightmare. Unless, does this go around here? It does. Thank God. Okay. So, was right to do that. This is going to sit right in there. Go on ahead and run some glue back in there, and then this will go around the outside of that. Sit perfectly. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Now there are two sides of this. Saying the longer one. I think it's gonna go against here. Because then we got this guy. It's gonna sit in there. No, I think it's the other way. I think it's here. I mean, I don't think it's... No one's gonna gripe at me for it. Not a huge deal. Gonna try to capillary some of this underneath this gasket, and then hit around the edge here. I don't want to super glue this. I think it'll be okay. So now that that's the intake and these gaskets are ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can prop this up. So let's try to get this going. I don't think there's any magic here. I think it's just straight down both sides. And then the other piece is essentially this guy. Go ahead and take that off for now. Honestly, guys, hear me out on this one. This Citadel mold line remover tool is one of the best tools in my kit. It helps me so much. I mean, you can use the end of a blade for a lot of stuff, but I use this as scale modeling. I use it in miniatures all the time. I love this thing. Mostly so if I'm working on scraping so that I don't cut myself real bad, but this thing is great. Underrated. Probably overpriced. I want to say it was like 20 bucks. Typical GW, but it's metal. It's not wood. It's not plastic. It's metal. Highly recommend it. I don't know if they still make it, but get yourself one of these. I swear by it. And I get upset when I lose it. And it's bolt through. So, like the grip, you know, it's, I guess, tang. I don't know. It's not a knife, but it goes all the way through the handle. So you have a full control over this. Is going nowhere. Blade can't get loose. It's just a piece of metal you're scraping again. Surprisingly, one of my favorites. There it is. There's my GW shill for the day. Usually a huge GW shill, but going ahead and give them that one. It's going to come in, hit both sides of this with my Tamiya Ultra Thin. So, and for this kit, I would recommend using something like a Tamiya, like an actual plastic glue and not just super glue. I will say that. Here's what I'm going to do here. We're going to go in. Well, as you only get a little bit of working time. And get this in there. Come on. Go. Let's see if we can get this going here. I mean, that's good enough to hold that there for now. I'm twisting it. I don't necessarily want to do, but let's go ahead and see if we can get this sanded down. Oh, we're so close here. Oops. I almost knocked it down. I think we're pretty close. There's no lip. It says going as, I don't know, as far as you want. The end of the air and fuel intake tube and cement. Put the coupling nut halfway onto the rear mounting. Place the lock nut over the throttle case cover flange. Where the cover aligned vertically with the magneto. And okay, I see. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that because I didn't glue any of that on here yet. Kind of want you to start from the back forward. So let's see if we can loosen this up a little bit. It's still really tight. Not particularly thrilled with that because I do want to get it in. Oh god, so much innuendo tonight. I just want to make sure it's straight more than anything else. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get this glued in. Like so. All right, beautiful. We'll run a couple beads up and down here to make sure we're getting this nice and sealed. And then we can come back over, kind of hit it with some sanding. Beautiful. Just like that. I will run a bead along this. That. All right. Awesome. So that's ready. The rear of the case is ready. We've got this guy and this guy. So this goes together like this. Then this, where is it? Here. This will go. Both of which look like dog poop, but let's at least get it cleaned up a little bit here. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, something like that. Nice to be able to mount this directly on here and kind of use it as a base plate. And it's vertical. Be something like this. All right. Basically what I want to do is I want to keep, I can sub-assemble all of this. I can at least paint it before I slap it on here. I should be able to handle this stuff a little better. Good. So we're going to do there. Just like that with this GW tool. Same on the other side. And what this does, it kind of does some of the heavy lifting for me. So now when I come back in with a sanding stick, I almost just kind of buff it out. So, still a little bit there. That's not too bad. And we can see kind of where it's not matching. Yeah. That's pretty good. I think it's going to be fine. Just fine. Especially once we prime it up, it'll be fine. Okay. So, we're not going to do any of the gear stuff yet. Do the firewall for now. See what I mean? This is like awful. There's no colors. All the colors are in the instructions. There's no, it just kind of refers to the parts. I mean, it's fine. It's completely serviceable. I knew what to do. But I would not give this, I think they sold these at the Smithsonian, maybe the Air and Space, or the dullest one, Air and Space Continued, whatever it's called. But if I was like a 6-year-old and my dad bought, like, I would ruin this kit. This kit would die a death by step 3. I have a feeling. I would not have the patience to deal with it. I wouldn't have the patience to deal with the build quality. Not that I would know it was build quality. I'd be like, why doesn't none of this fits? I wouldn't think, oh, I gotta take a hobby knife and trim it all up. It all fits. That's something I would be thinking of as a kid. Do not like me griping about Kit. I will stop griping about Kit. That looks like ejector pin. We are bloody close. I mean, I think another few hours and kind of be ready. So yeah, this doesn't show that piece at all. I think it's ejector. Go ahead and take it off. Sand it smooth. Okay, so this goes around this piece. Not sure why there's this molding here. It doesn't do anything. But there it is. There's the thing. Alright, so this goes over this. Doesn't really show where. I think that's fine. It says go on there. Oh. That's the gap fill. I want the cement. Gotta get in there. I'll go on ahead and start doing the outside like so. That way. It's gonna be like this, which means this will be straight up and down. No. Alright, so there's our oil pump, tack drive, extension. Yeah, it looks good. So I think we're getting close here. So here's the one half. Here's the rear. These guys go next. And nothing is pinned. Absolutely nothing. All those pistons, none of it pinned. So you're just kind of doing your best to line it up as straight as you can and praying to the glue gods nothing shifts under drying. Good, just glue it straight on. Straight vertical, right? Yep. Here we go. Beautiful. Yeah, it's something like that. All right. So we're closing in, y'all. I think this is the oil thing. The oil pressure nozzle. Yep, that's what this. Clean up that edge. directly into the nozzle. Let's drop that everywhere. All right, let me do it. I'm gonna take a quick break. Mara is outside. Right back. Couple minutes. Yeah, that's where we're at. Getting there. You're definitely getting there. You're down to the last few pieces here. I'm pretty stoked about. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry, everybody. Mara was very appreciative. Oh. There we go. Okay. Back to the engine. So, we're pretty close. We do have the gearing and stuff, and the stuff between kind of this firewall. Like, there are gears that sit in here. So we probably could do those before we fully attach them. So this is going to go something like this. will go up like this, and my guess is, do they go? Oh, they go on the back. Oh, that's genius. Okay. So let's get the oil pressure thing on there. Let's get the nozzle on. Like that. Yeah, like that. Good. All right. Then these go through like this. And the gears pin off the back of this. So they'll sit here. Then where's the oil pump? Off the oil pump as well. Like this. And that's how you timed out the oil pump and the fuel. Work on fit there a little bit, but yeah, something like that. And our air intake sits on the back. So all of this sit here, and then the gearing will be in between this rear plate here. This is gonna be fun because I don't even know if this sits in there. It does. Okay, yeah, it's not going anywhere. I think it's the same thing. Nope. Doesn't quite fit as well as I'd like it to. Go ahead and use our scraper. Open this up a tiny bit. Like so. Yeah, that's better. Now it fits in there nice. Okay. And I think like the front, it's supposed to line up exactly the same as the other one. This. Oh, I'm glad I didn't glue this yet, because you need the shaft on there. Okay, yeah. So we gotta do all of that first, then the shaft. Okay. I think that's pretty good so far. I'm happy with this. And I still don't know what this is. Oh, this is the nut for the front. That's what this is. So this goes over like this. This would sit down on top of it. We'll have to probably trim that out a little bit. And then this is the retaining nut that would go. Well, as I shot it all over the place. Sweet. Okay. So we're really down to just essentially the end is where we're at. Oops. Puppy piece. No, I'm just a puppy dad. I can't say smell it. I don't see any wetness. I think we're okay. I have to do laundry for him tonight. Yeah, so we're damn close. We are very, very close on this. Where my nips go? Just like this. Go in here, take care of that. Yeah, pretty good. You know, the inside of this here. So, yeah, and I'm excited to paint this. It should be pretty straightforward. It's like the crankcase is one color. Like I said, we could probably do the pistons or the cylinders. black and then dry brush of silver to get like the wear on the fins. These are all going to be copper. I think the throttle bodies are like steel with black springs. A lot of this will be like iron colored. I'm going to use a gunmetal color probably for it, as opposed to the aluminum. I think this had all the bolt heads and stuff. Still gotta do all those bolts, don't I? 18 of them, and then I don't know if there's any more. I think there's one on the end of each of the push rods too. Oh no. Let's see how we're doing on bolts. That's gonna be some tedious stuff. So there's 2 on each end of the push rod. And then 2 here on the back of the intake manifolds. Oh, what a nightmare. That's fine. It's fine. And then I saw the retaining here for the... Okay. So the other thing is to kind of go through, write down the colors of stuff. Yeah, okay. Magneto-mounting plate. So there's, I guess, supposed to be a point cover spring and shaft. I have no idea what that is. It might be gone. It might be gone. Because some of this stuff was really old. And we might not have gotten all of it. It's all this. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that might be a forever lost part. That's okay. We'll keep going. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. So really all we have left. Bearing here. And I think we're not going to glue that. I think what we're going to do is, does this slide into here? I'm guessing it does. There's... Okay. So this goes through. The, no idea what this is. Oh, the spark distributor ring. Okay, so this is like... Interesting. Okay. And it looks like it's this way. So this would go here. It's just such a wild thing. This is so anti... Not anti, but counterintuitive. Say. And then the accessory gear drive would go over top of this. Oh, I'm being a bad boy. I'm being a bad boy. Puppy was looking at me like, me? No, not you. You're fine. You're fine, little bubs. So go here against the gearing on the back of this. Behind the firewall here. So yeah, I will have to shave some of this down to get this into the shaft. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty close. So that's the back of the engine there. Once again, if you guys weren't here for the very beginning, and this goes on the front, right? Yeah, this goes... Yeah, it's so weird that these feet are here, because these are useless. They're ejector pins. They're bloody useless. Okay. This will go there. the hub nuts, and then I already put it on there. We'll go with this over top. So okay, yep, that's it, y'all. We are in the home stretch here of this, and the 80 bloody nuts to put on there, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll leave these on sprue. I don't want to lose them just yet. That's fine. This can go. This can go. But yeah, I'm excited to get this in the spray booth. Gotta look at colors on it, so I'll probably mark that up over the next couple days. I have Juneteenth off, and I took Friday off. So my goal. Yeah, this thing is wild, shiny. Absolutely insane. And the crazy thing about this is if you go look up Rhone. Oh, nice. I love a good Tamiya tank. That's right. I remember you messing with the road wheels the other day. Yes, I think, yeah. I think you were doing, yeah, the road wheels. So I do want to see if I can find a propeller for this, because that would be sweet. And then we can have a little wooden propeller on here. Yeah, wild thing about this thing. This whole engine rotates. All of this. Not in the kit, in real life. I mean, yeah, you can make it rotate in the kit as well. But if you go look at startup animations and actual startup of like preserved aircraft with the Rhone, it's wild to watch the cylinder spin with the prop. It's absolutely insane because they have this big open cowling that kind of just covers maybe like the top 40% of it, 35% of it. And then this whole thing's just spinning underneath. I think they tried to do it to keep it for the cooling, you know, get the pistons moving, or the cylinders moving through the air. And, you know, because these planes weren't very fast, at least in World War I. We're talking 1914. So you had to cool them somehow. And this is before liquid cooling. This is all air cooled. So they said, well, why the hell don't we just spin the bloody engine? Which is wild. It's and the gearing for it, if you look inside, it's even wilder. But I do have another kit of these. I do have another one. The right. Ollie, you're not helping. Which I think is a little bigger than this. So I don't know if this goes well. We'll look at it. Hopefully after this one. But I got a stupid amount of models from this person. I got 4 fighters. I got an F4. I got a P-51. I got a Thunderbolt. And a... Zero, P-51, Thunderbolt, and F4. 4F. And then, oh, and then the B-17. That's the other one. Hey, Helgrat, welcome in. I will hydrate. Double redeems. Yeah, so this is so cool. You know, no timing chain, just gearing to run like the oil pump and the fuel and the magneto. And I am fascinated. I gotta see how this works. Because the spark ring, right? So here's your spark plug, right? And then there's that ring that went around the inside here. This guy. So this guy has to rotate with the engine because the wires run from here to the end of the spark plugs. So I guess is all of this, right? And the spark plug ring would rotate with the bloody engine. Which is wild, because I'm just thinking about the logistics that oil would have to be really important. How much torsion you're going to put on the shaft. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how this goes. Gotta take care of them streamers. Yeah. I forget. I'm eagerly awaiting the cold beer after stream. So we'll get this put on there. But I don't want to do any of this yet because I do want to see if I can get this to rotate freely. And there is a stand. And actually, the gentleman who in my fridge and technically on my desk, but I forgot I have my actual face up, so I don't think I could be seen drinking on stream. At least not openly. But Shiny said if any of those old rubber kits are might be worth reselling. Maybe they're not super old. These are like more late 90s kits, so like here, I'll go grab one real quick. But they're nice. And they appear to just be two brands. Okay. Or no, sorry, it was a P40. It was a Warhawk. So these are still fairly modern. They're not particularly well machined kits, but they'll be fine. That's what I should do. I should have a beer and building stream. Maybe I can do that Saturday or Friday. Here's the F4F. I mean, so these aren't terrible kits. This actually, I don't know. Some of the decaling has been really damaged. We'll have to see kind of how well these hold up. But that's a non-issue. I have no weapons. This is the thing that causes me the most damage, and I do it to myself. we got a bunch of these. This one is actually another Williams kit that I'm pretty excited about. This is a Northrop Gamma. Oh, sir. Oh, he's trying to push over the boxes. And you can do this in the Sky Chief or the Transatlantic build. And this thing is wild. Because you have these bench ailerons, which are so wild to me. I can't remember a plane that did this, but they sit off the wing. They're not incorporated into the wing. I guess they're at the end. The Ellsworth wing phase 2, I guess, did have the inset ailerons, but early on, yeah, here, Sky Chief phase 1, Sky Chief phase 2, Ellsworth phase 1, and then finally in Ellsworth phase 2, they put them in the wing. So, oh, true, yeah, I forget. I don't know. I'm trying to build. You guys know me. All right, so here, there we go. There's the cold beer right there. I guess it's kind of warm now, but building engines, drinking beers. So yeah, we're pretty close on this. I'll take this to the air booth. We'll get that put in place. Here's a little stand. This is bloody heavy, so hopefully it'll sit on this pretty well. So, I don't know. Try. We'll see what it wants to do. But yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that so far. Let me go back. I think I missed a bunch of stuff. So I think I am going to keep him. No Mana Man should sleep. But I do appreciate his presence. Their presence. Yeah, engineering's wild. Give the beer. And then basically smoking and drinking on stream. Yep. That's where we were. So. That was a 7. To be honest, I think this is probably a good stopping point. As you can tell, the puppy is dragging her food bowl all around the floor. Oh, fair enough, no mana. Oh, here, I'll show everyone else, because I don't know if anyone else... I don't know mana saw. Here he is. This is little Ollie. No, you cannot eat the headset. You cannot eat the headset. He probably wants out of the pen for a little bit. I gotta take... Ow, 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 ow. Shark tooth. Ow! I should probably do that. Okay. Ow. Let's get them little shark puppy teeth. Yeah. Hey. Exactly. Yeah. I am so ready. He's a little sweetheart boy. We had a little scare there. Because the whole litter had parvo. Really, it was 2 litters. Thankfully, the rescue covered it and took all of them in. But they lost, I think it was 10 of the 18 between the 2 litters. But he is very lucky. He was in essentially 24-hour vet care for, I don't know, a week. And we just got him back, not this past weekend, but the weekend prior. Well, I know he's just playing, but can't eat my wedding ring. That's Mom's. That's my mom. That's Mama's band. He tagged me earlier, cut me up a little bit. Not that you can see it, but yeah. Ow! 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 Right now, it's been I haven't let him like free roam anywhere. Because the one time I did catch him, you know, I use a lot of toothpicks in the model work and stuff like that. I found him with a toothpick, and I was like, I'm so glad you did not eat that. I'm so glad. Ow! Did not eat that. So, pretty sure at some point he's going to eat a little plastic piece. Try not to drop anything. But I gotta kind of end him off so he can run around and play. So, all right, guys. Anyone got a raid target they're interested in? And I will be back Thursday morning early for more paint stuff. Like I said, we just wrapped Techno Archaeologist, the AdMac Techno Archaeologist, and the Skitari Marshal. We have our leggy boy, the Skratos, left, another Tech Priest Dominus in the off color. I think we're gonna work on. And oh no, you know what? I got to do stuff for County Road Z, because I think I'm going to go play County Road Z on Friday. I can raid out to Bliss. Ow, 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 ow. All right. You guys want to go say hi to Blissful? Okay. Let's get you back in the pen for a little bit while Daddy handles this. Okay, yeah. Let's go hang out with Ben. Oh, he's doing his Tyranid stuff. Ooh, little brain balls. Do it. All right, everybody. Here's the raid message. We'll give Badger some love. And I will have to catch Spade next time. I'm always good for spreading the love. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I know it's kind of short. Yeah, something different. I haven't built an engine kit in a while, so lots of fun. So I hope you guys have the rest of the week. I'll see you at the very least Thursday morning back for some County Road Z, some modern survivors, and probably some zombie painting. Gotta get ready for the weekend, and then yeah, probably Friday as well because I'm off. Good night, guys, and we will see you later.